Hello, underachievers. I'm getting my hair cut on September 4th, so close your eyes. So maybe like half a year ago, I made a video called I Think I'm Bisexual. You should probably watch that video before watching this one. Actually, you should definitely watch that video. Pretty much in that video, I just talk about how I thought I was only interested in men for my entire life, and then I'd been questioning recently. So this is technically a coming out video, but it's also... it is. So just before I start the video, I just want to say that there is nothing wrong with questioning your sexuality. There is nothing wrong with not knowing what your sexuality is, because I guess it's a confusing thing for quite a few people. It doesn't actually matter what your sexuality is, it's just a label. It just matters how you feel. When I brought up the topic, I had a lot of people being like, it's okay, you don't need to know, like, everything's fine. I know this, I appreciate it, but honestly, it doesn't bother me in the slightest that I'm not entirely sure. I'm like 99% sure that I'm bi, but I feel like gender-wise, for me, it was important to know that, you know, I was a binary trans guy, that's who I am. For sexuality, I don't care. I've got a boyfriend, I don't care. So I posted this on Instagram. It says, hello, I am a Noahfinnce who thinks he is probably bisexual. What questions do you have for a Noahfinnce who thinks he is bisexual? Please make the questions about the apparent bisexuality, / help me figure it out if I am. Any words of wisdom? So let's see if any of you guys helped. So I just have to address this first. There are a lot of questions that just said, do you like titties? Do you like titties? You like titties? You like titties or not? I have a complicated relationship with titties. I had them myself. I did not enjoy them in the slightest. They terrified me. I hated them. They made me so uncomfortable. And I think they made me so uncomfortable that, you know, seeing titties on other people also made me uncomfortable, which is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous, it makes sense, but it's ridiculous. So for like the longest time, I was scared of tits. I'm still a bit scared. I can appreciate how they look good, and the small ones, I'm like, nice. Good for you. Nice. But the big ones scare me. And that's not a comment on people with big tits. I just got some weird thing in my brain that is scared of boobs. I understand how they're nice. They're soft. They look nice, I guess, but just nipples, I don't know what it is. Nipples scare me. I love my nipples, although I'm not. You see the dilemma? There's a lot going on. I think boobs are cool. I think a running theme through this video is that I'm just really uncomfortable with, like, sexualizing women, and I know that sounds like oh, he's a feminist, like, he's a feminist, bro. It's not like that. I just, like, I remember being a girl, and the way that men talked about me made me uncomfortable, and I don't want to do that to other girls, even though I'm, like, not entirely always sexually attracted to them. Like, the last thing I want to do is make people uncomfortable, and I don't want to be, like, objectifying people by being like, oh, tits are nice, but some are nice. I feel like... Someone said, you are in a room, there are a girl naked and a boy naked, who do you watch? Now, again, the answer to this is that I wouldn't watch anyone. I don't want to look at someone naked if they don't want me to do that. And even if they do, I probably wouldn't. But I get what the question is. I would probably prefer to look at a guy. It depends what he looks like. If it's an ugly guy, then I'd be like, no, look at the pretty lady, because all girls are pretty. Is liking different genders the exact same for you? Like, I crush faster on girls, but can't get over guys. So I don't think I have enough experience. Oh, this is a weird video. I don't really think I've ever had a crush on a girl in the way that I've had crush on... I have had, like, 2 crushes in my life, and they were both guys. I'm 21. I had a crush on my boyfriend, and I had a crush on the guy I dated when I was 11. Those are the 2 crushes I had. I've not really had crushes on people. I know someone can easily bring out my tweets about Bill Skarsgård. Yes, I have a crush on Bill Skarsgård, but I meant a crush as in, like, a real-life crush. I don't know why. I think it was mostly because I was uncomfortable with myself, so the thought of, like, being interested in somebody else was terrifying to me, because if I was interested in somebody else, there was a guarantee that they would not be interested in me. So I've never really had, like, a crush on a girl in real life, and I've only ever had 2 crushes on guys. Although Corey was asking me what girl crushes I have, I wrote it down. All I've got on this list is Destiny Rogers. She's got a song called Tomboy, and she just looks really pretty in it. She's just, like, cool, and she skateboards. And I also fancy Beyonce. But I can't really answer the question, because these aren't crushes in real life. These are, like, celebrity crushes. Halsey's really pretty as well. See, that's the thing, like, I've realized the more I've talked about this, is, like, when I'm like, oh, guys are attractive, I'm like, oh, he's hot. He's fit. But when girls are pretty, I'm like, oh my god, you look beautiful. But it's not even I don't even know if there's a crush thing. I just don't want to... I don't know what that is. Am I gay because I'm uncomfortable with, like, speaking about women and that? Oh my god. I am gay, but I also like women sometimes. Did testosterone play a part in realizing you're bisexual? If so, same thing happened to me. I think, see, here's the thing, a lot of the times when trans guys go on testosterone, they're like, oh my god, suddenly I'm attracted to a different gender than I was before. And my theory of that, could be a theory that, like, sexuality is fluid, which I'm not entirely sure. I guess I'm behind that, but not in a sense that, like, oh, one day I'm gay, one day I'm straight. Not like that. This is so weird. But, like, if you're bi, you could, like, one day you could have, like, a 10% attraction to women, and the next you could have a 20% attraction to women, if you know what I mean? So, like, fluid in that sense. But I think I'm realizing this only now because I am finally comfortable with myself, if you know what I mean? Like, when I was a girl, there was no way that I would ever, like, comfortably have a crush on anyone and pursue it. Because I was uncomfortable with, if I ever got in a relationship with them, like, the dynamic of me being a girl, or if maybe I was pretty and I was out, maybe the dynamic will be that, oh, they see me as a guy, but not entirely as a guy, you know what I mean? So it's just, like, uncomfortable. So I do definitely think testosterone has an effect on how I perceive my sexuality. I think I'm just more open to being comfortable with it, because I'm more comfortable with myself. Have you ever been attracted to a woman? Felt a close relationship could progress? Have I ever been attracted to a woman? I'd say yes. Destiny Rogers and Beyonce and Halsey, and yes. Felt close relationship could progress? Absolutely not. I am only, like, coming to terms with this now, and obviously I still haven't. But the idea of, like, me being friends with a girl and then me developing feelings and then, like, pursuing the girl, that is, like, foreign to me. It's never happened. It could in the future, maybe, like, ages in the future, but, like, no. Do you feel the usual gender you're attracted to is broadening? I'd say yes. This is an interesting question, because I also realized this recently. I obviously had a lot of internalized homophobia, because, you know, I grew up around Tories, and no one was gay, and if they were gay, it was a bad thing. So, like, obviously, when I was coming to terms with being trans, I was like, hey, look, I'm gay, but, like, I'm not attracted to those type of gay guys, you know, like, the feminine ones, which is screwed up, and obviously, I'm sorry if I ever let that, you know, if I ever projected that onto, like, feminine gay guys, because that's screwed up. I feel like my sexuality, I used to be purely into, like, masculine men, very masculine men, as in, like, straight passing, straight acting men, and now I'm kind of more like, hey, whatever, you're slightly feminine, you're feminine, cool. So in regards to men, like, I am not purely just attracted to masculine men now. In terms of women, we're just starting that. We're just starting that. I think masculine women are cool. I think feminine women are cool. I just think anyone that can skateboard is cool. So if you're a girl that can skateboard, you're cool. What is your bi ratio? Example, 50% boys, 50% girls. I don't. Probably like 90% boys, 10% girls, but the 10% of girls, I'm still kind of like, oh, well, that's scary. So, would you mind kissing a girl with all the makeup and lip gloss and So, this is not a sexuality thing to me. I have a sensory processing disorder, and anything wet or sticky, or like anything that's touching my skin that I can't immediately get off, makes me uncomfortable. The thought of kissing someone who is wearing lip gloss, no matter their gender, makes me feel ill. Like, even just kissing is a lot like that. It feels great, but sometimes I'm feeling like, really like, oh god, don't touch me, and that is dreadful. And like, I've touched people's faces when they're wearing makeup, and I don't like the feeling of it. I just don't. It's not an opinion, that's just how my body reacts to it. So I would not like to do that, but maybe without the lip gloss. Could you be bisexual or homoromantic? That's what I'm thinking. Originally, yeah. I mean, maybe still, yeah. I don't know if I could be in a relationship with a woman at the moment, but that's probably just because I'm, like, kind of, like, I'm still not entirely comfortable with the idea, and that's not to say that it couldn't happen in the future, but right now, obviously, no. Do you get uncomfortable when girls sit on your lap? No. Well, in, like, a social setting, my biggest anxiety is making someone else uncomfortable. If a girl sat on my lap, it would make me uncomfortable purely because I'd be worried about making her uncomfortable. So, like, if she sat on my lap, where would I put my arms? Like, I could hug her, but would she want that? Like, and it's not in, like, a sexual way either. It's just, like, sometimes it's nice to be hugged. I don't know. I'm, like, terrified of making people uncomfortable. Literally, when we have meetups, literally every time I meet someone and someone comes up to me, I'm like, hi, do you do hugs? Because, like, I'm terrified, like, what if I try and hug someone and they don't want to hug? And then they were just like, oh, no, hug me, and it made me uncomfortable. And, like, I'm not worried about them being, like, saying no, it made me uncomfortable, but I'm just worried about, like, actually making them feel uncomfortable. Because being uncomfortable is the worst feeling. Does the idea of romantic displays of affection feel odd with someone of another gender? Romantic displays of affection, is this about PDA, or just, like, displays of affection in general? No, it doesn't really make me uncomfortable. I feel more comfortable complimenting girls than I do with guys. Because, like, with guys, most people assume I'm straight when they meet me, which is really funny. But with guys, if I compliment them, I don't want to make them uncomfortable by them thinking that I'm hitting on them, because I'm most definitely not. I don't flirt with anyone because I'm scared of making them uncomfortable. But, like, complimenting a guy, they could either be like, oh, he's hitting on me, or if they're not straight and they're interested in me, I don't want to, like, lead them to believe that I'm interested in them. So, like, that's a whole situation. With girls, like, complimenting them's so easy because, like, usually with girls, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, I'm gay. So if I complimented them, they'd just be like, oh, thank you, and it wouldn't be, like, a weird thing. But I guess if I'm out as bi, then, like, is it more likely that I can make them uncomfortable? I don't know. I'm really worried, like, I just remember what living as a girl was like, and just so many things that men did made me uncomfortable. Do you feel nervous when a girl that is not close to you holds your hand or hugs you? No. Well, it depends. There was this girl in America that, like, was really touchy with me, and, like, she clearly had a crush on me, and she knew I was gay, and that really made me uncomfortable. But, like, if it's just a platonic thing, it's fine. Have you ever fallen in love with a woman? No. Do you like cuffing your jeans? Absolutely. I feel like now I've got to the point in my life, if I wear a pair of jeans and they're not cuffed, it looks wrong. I don't like the look of just, like, straight jeans. What is the main thing that makes you think you're bisexual? Honestly, maybe this is probably how a lot of people find out. Literally, just, like, I used to just watch porn, and not in, like, a sexual way. I was kind of just, like, interested in, like, oh, what does this look like? Oh, what does this look like? And, like, I don't want to objectify people. But honestly, watching porn with girls in it, sometimes I was like, oh, if you know what I mean. Like, I was comfortable with any type of gender mix. This is weird. Do you think the label of bisexual actually fits you? I do, but I feel like I'll probably just end up saying gay anyway, because a lot of bi people use gay as an umbrella term, and I get that. Like, bisexual, I guess it's like, the word sexual in there that makes me uncomfortable, but then I could just say bi. Okay, bi makes me more comfortable than bisexual does. I don't know. Regardless of Corey, could you see yourself in a relationship with a girl in 20 years? I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 20 years. I can't see myself in 20 years, full stop. Do you find the same things attractive in a woman as you do in men, if that makes sense? I don't know how to answer this question. I feel like most of the time that I'm attracted to women, it's... I guess Beyonce isn't masculine. I'm just really attracted to Beyonce. I feel like I'm more attracted to, like, masculine women than feminine women, if you get what I mean. So in that sense, maybe, like, if I'm into a guy, I like the masculine parts of him. But, like, I like, broad shoulders on men and, like, jawlines on men. Which I like jawlines on women, too. But then I don't like, tiny waists on men. I think I find some things attractive about both genders, but not everything. Like, I like men who are tall. I also like men who are short. It would be wonderful to be the same height as my boyfriend. But I don't think I'd want to be with a woman that was taller than me. And that's not because, like, tall women are, like, gross or disgusting. It's literally just because I'm insecure about my height anyway. And, like, obviously there'd be comments being like, oh, your girlfriend's taller than you. Yeah, I am pathetic. Do you ever catch yourself staring at the curves or back of the thighs or collarbones? I don't stare at people. I don't do that. So no. How does the thought of kissing a girl make you feel? It used to, like, make me feel gross, but now it's like, oh, okay. Sorry, I keep playing with my hair, because I don't like how it looks right now, and it just... That is the end of the video. Ask me questions in the comments. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them, because I have questions about myself that I probably haven't asked yet. But yeah, have a good day or don't. Let me know your experience with questioning your sexuality. Have a good day or don't. See you later. Goodbye. See you later. See you later, losers. Goodbye. Punch. Jesus Christ.